Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another mission in World of Word. Okay, today we're going to talk about fancy tables. So I'll share my screen and get going. Okay, as you can see, today we'll talk about three items, talking about how to shade the header row, how to have a banded table, and how to work with table borders. Okay, uh, we're looking at our favorite basic table with, of course, the field on now. So it's table one. All right. Now, basically at work, you'll probably be using simple tables like this, nothing too fancy. However, some companies like to have the top row, the header row, shaded. So let me show you how to do that. We'll select the row. We'll be in table design. Now we'll choose shading, okay, where the bucket is. And let's use a light gray tone. I generally like the 15% shading, but you can obviously choose anything you want. Okay, and then we have just very nicely offsetting the header row from the rest of the column, from the rest of the data. Simply that makes it easy for the readers to know what each column is about. Okay, so that's pretty simple, and I think you may use this a great deal. And I would recommend if you're in charge of creating a template or a set of styles for your company, I would suggest using this for your tables. It really does set them off nicely. It does set the header off nicely from the rest of the data. Okay. Another popular idea is to have what's called a banded table. Say a row of light blue, a row of regular, another row of light blue. Just something that lets the rows be set off from each other, makes it easier for the readers to check out the individual data. Okay, this is a little more unusual in Word documents. You see it sometimes in PowerPoints. Will be the same idea, of course, or maybe in a corporate report, maybe a marketing document. You want to have a little bit of a little flair to your documentation. Again, for a regular technical document, not too likely to see, but let's learn about it anyhow. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to highlight our table, the section we want to work with. Okay. We'll be in table design, and we can choose a table style. Okay, right here, table style. Okay, you can see that we have a variety of suggested color schemes. Notice these are all fairly light color schemes. Let's go with blue, just for the sake of it. Click, and voila. And now I have my data is in rows of light blue, white, and white blue again. However, this did affect my table row, my header row, excuse me, since it was the A in the white section. It's now white again. It's now white. Let's go ahead and give it the filler we want, the shading we want. Right? There we go. Simple. Okay. Now, last item we want to talk about is making borders for our table. You can see this custom border has no visible border on the left and right sides, but in the middle we have border. Okay, we can change that very easily. Click on the table icon here. Okay, And we can choose here, let's choose borders. And we're going to make them, this one I want to make all borders. Okay, okay, so I've done that. But maybe, okay, here we are. Maybe I want to adjust the width of the border or the color. So let's go back again. Table design, borders. Okay, we have a line weight, how thick the line is. And I would go with either a quarter point, a half point, at most probably a third, three-quarters of a point. Although your company may want to have something thicker. I can't imagine using anything this thick though. Let's stick with this. We can work on the color of it. It's black now. Let's make it, this color. We'll click borders to implement it. And there we go. We have a light violet, magenta, perhaps not the best. Let's go back and do something. Uh, let's try this. Let's go for a dark gray. And then notice that I've changed the pen color, but to make it stick, I'm going to have to click the borders button again. Click borders. And there we go. We have our self-border. Okay, very simple lesson. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.